It's Friday, May 1st, 2015, and this is Kellogg Update with your hosts, Hallie Shue and John Birch.
I'm Hallie Shue.
And I'm John Birch. Before we begin, I'd like to say happy 65th birthday, Dad. And now for tonight's top stories.
First, we'd like to offer a special thanks to Ski Trip Exec for coordinating tonight's coat check. You can retrieve your coats up the stairs, outside, and 2 buildings over.
According to the internet, a New Mexico woman was arrested last summer for calling her ex-lover 77,000 times in a week, sending him 2,000 emails and 41,000 text messages. Throw in a few coffee chats, and you've got yourself an average week of consulting recruiting at Kellogg.
Kellogg Global Programs was relieved to report that all 250 gym participants returned safely from spring break. In light of their unforgettable experiences overseas, students now know what gym really stands for: gastrointestinal management.
Ooh. Speaking of relief, next year's gym trips will be brought to you by Imodium. Imodium, for when learning about business messes with doing your business.
Speaking of moves that are bad for business, last month, Governor Mike Pence of Indiana signed the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, a law many have criticized as discriminatory towards the LGBT community. In an updated poll, the number of Kellogg students that now want to work in Indiana is still 0.
Kellogg's Wine Aficionado Club, Cork and Screw, is hosting their annual trip to Napa this weekend. Because, it's not like there are any other major Kellogg events going on, like right now or anything.
That explains it. Based on how things are going so far tonight, dramatic clutching of pearls and polite golf claps have gone down drastically compared to last year. This past winter term, Cafe Kellogg triumphantly rolled out a cornucopia of new food offerings.
Students have raved about the new selection, saying things like, $10 for a wrap? I'll take 2.
Baby octopus for breakfast? My favorite.
And who the fork is Mr. Pack? Sushi guy.
Kellogg Kids continues to have a strong attendance at their weekly pizza and soda event every Friday, which have come to be known affectionately by the rest of the student body as your weekly dose of birth control.
Ooh. Take that, BC ladies. In club news, the Wilderness Club will unfortunately be disbanding after this year because they finally realized that the Midwest has absolutely nothing to offer outdoors.
The Big Data and Analytics Club
That's right.
is back again this year, partnering with the Yoga Club to host an event that instantly sold out, entitled Stretch Yourself.
Ooh, I love yoga.
Kellogg students were on the edge of their seats awaiting the results of the closest election in Chicagoland history, the heated race for KSA exec. In a stunning victory, one Kellogg emerged victorious against popular writing candidate, Abolish the KSA.
I love democracy.
In a self-proclaimed important update, KSA announced huge strides toward a new policy regarding the grade non-disclosure at Kellogg. The board outlined a process for how a student vote might possibly come about someday.
Ooh, a process? How does it work?
Well, after it passes the KSA board with a supermajority, and after a mandatory awareness and information campaign, and after a student vote with a mandatory 80% turnout and another supermajority, we can talk about it.
So, what are the chances of that?
Not good.
Not good, like 1 out of 100?
Yeah, more like 1 in a million.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah! All right.
Kellogg's first ever Multicultural Conference will be held next year as the school wishes to combine the various regional and industry conferences into one spectacular. At the group's first meeting, things got off to a slow start as the Asian Management Association was quiet but punctual.
Makes sense.
The Indian Business Club left early when they realized that each panel wouldn't be followed by 8 minutes of choreographed Bollywood dancing.
Screw the light bulb.
And the European Business Club asked the KSA for more funding in order to participate.
Europe broke. The Latin American Management Association agreed to participate, but only after securing a row of seating for the JVs to sit in the back and talk not so quietly amongst themselves. I'm looking at you. Too loud.
This just in. Beloved Professor Harry Kramer has announced he is releasing a second book. Becoming the Best, Build a World-Class Organization Through Values-Based Leadership.
The price of the book has not yet been announced, but if his first book is any indication, it won't be cheap. The audiobook version goes for over 1,000 bit points every quarter. Nope, down. Boom, goes the dynamite.
Worth it. The Kellogg Registrar's Office has announced the addition of a third preterm class.
3? Wait, you placed out a Dex?
Yeah, didn't you?
Yeah.
Anyways, the registrar has added a class to complement the existing Basic Manipulation and Lying Through Your Teeth. The class, which will be taught by guest lecturers from Enron, will be called Destroying the Evidence. Following President Obama's visit, many undergraduate Northwestern students were upset by the disproportionate number of Kellogg students that were awarded tickets to the event.
Yeah, because that makes sense. The President of the United States came here to give a speech on business development, and you think that you and your friends, the hacky-sack kicking, dance marathoning, Quidditch playing, poli-sci majors will make better qualified audience members than students at a top business school. Or top-ish.
Calm down, kids. Your parents didn't even vote for him.
How about them apples?
Last month, Northwestern University announced it will be donating $1 million annually to the city of Evanston to the city's Good Neighbor Fund. In unrelated news, tuition went up by $1,000 for no reason.
Weird. Curious about where else your tuition dollars are going? After talking to thousands of alumni and dozens of current students, Kellogg triumphantly announced its new slogan, Inspiring Growth.
But don't worry, you're not the only ones funding this stroke of marketing genius. Kellogg recently announced the following co-brand partners for inspiring growth. Rogaine, Creatine, Chicago's Pension Liability, Golden Corral Buffets, Super Mario Brothers, and Chia Pets.
This spring, Kellogg held the largest DAC in school history, hosting over 300 admitted students despite significant curveballs being added to the application.
Yes, John. In the video essay this year, candidates were giving such hard-hitting prompts as, stand up. So, why did the number of student admits spike so high this year?
Well, Hallie, this year, Kellogg's application did not include a traditional why Kellogg question. Just a short video answer on the subject.
You know things are getting bad when even the admissions is saying, just don't think too hard about it. For Kellogg Update, I'm Hallie Shue.
And I'm John Birch.
And you
have our word on it.